Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome along to another Golf Swing Tips Live. It's the new year and the first time back on the mat doing a live. If you're new to a live, every week I jump on the mat, answer all of your questions about any golf swing related content, or just generally anything golf if you like. I hit some shots so I can demonstrate. I've got all my tools out, all the drills and all the apparatus that I use in my day-to-day coaching and also obviously in all of my content here on Good Golf Coaching. Thank you so much for checking in. I've hit a couple of looseners just to start me off. Just hitting some wedges. Let me know where you're checking in from. If you want me to talk about anything specific, feel free to let me know as well. Happy to cover anything you want to talk about. Got my usual 4 boxes up. If you are unfamiliar with the use of TrackMan, these are the 4 boxes that everybody needs. Don't need all of the other bits and bobs. 3.4 down is your angle of attack. Club path from the inside or the outside, face angle. Anything with a negative polarity means to the left, apart from the attack angle, that will mean down. Anything positive means to the right or open face to path. We'll talk a little bit more about those boxes in a little while. Got some points or some comments coming in. Get crazy, first time watcher. Well, first time watcher, thank you so much for jumping in and making a comment. If you've got any questions, do feel free to let me know. Steve, Happy New Year to you too, Steve. Great to have you with me. And James, hi to you, my friend. Kev T, quick to get in. Dr. Golf Swing, I am going to take your advice and just watch you for instruction for the next 3 months. Can you show how to play a shot into the wind? I fat it when I try. Most people fat into the wind because they're always trying to put the ball further back in their stance, ironically. Yes, further back in your stance can encourage you to hit the ball fat because you end up backing up because you're worried about how low it's going to go because that ball position is further back. The best thing to do when you are playing into the wind is just take more club and hit it softer. Way, way better than trying to drop it back, hit a low one and a stinger and all that business. Honestly, you will save so many shots. And if you don't even want to play a softer shot, just take more club and grip down 1 inch or even 2 inches. But for heaven's sake, don't start messing around with ball positions. They are hugely influential on path lines, angle of attacks. And I'll demonstrate. I'll take my usual 7-iron ball position, hit a golf shot, and then what I'll do is I'll put the ball back in my stance as though I'm going to hit a low stinger or a low shot. I've moved it way back in my stance. Just watch what happens to the path line when I move that golf ball back, how much more from the inside that golf club swings. That was a 4-degree, 5-degree difference. It's very difficult to adapt that much, especially if your face to path value isn't super neutral, so go careful. Dr. Jürgen, Stu, Happy New Year from Maspalomas. Happy New Year to you, Dr. Jürgen. MTDSTC, hey Stu, you've got me drawing the ball nicely. My main miss now is a toe hit, which overdraws irons and driver both. Any thoughts on possible causes? So what can happen is that the pressure on the grip isn't quite enough. When you push the pressure on the grip more, the club head pushes out to the golf ball more. And when that occurs, you'll start to move the strike of the golf club more to the middle. So just be conscious that you want to make sure that the pressure in the grip, the more I push down, the more it pushes the club head out that way and causes the contact to move more towards the middle of the club face. I've got some serious lagging going on there. That's all just suddenly caught up. Good news. Graham Garwood. Hello, Graham. Happy New Year to you, Graham. Looking forward to the new season, watching from Devon. Hopefully it's a little bit nicer in Devon than it is around here today. Get crazy. I have issues with hitting the ball too low. I do it with all clubs. Well, that can be a variety of things. It can be the fact that your grip is not quite right. It could be that your club face is too closed and then you've got too much shaft lean and golf grip forwards, which takes the dynamic loft off of the golf club. Ball could be too far back. Try one of those three, and if that doesn't fix you, let me know and I can go through some more. Ray Houghton, hey Ray, how are you, my friend? Nice to hear you. Hitting near the hosel, how do I get it nearer the center, Ray? Well, for you, my friend, it's about making sure that that right hand grip does not get too strong. That right hand grip gets too strong, it shuts the face down. And just to let people know, so you know when you get a face to path, the face to path on the right hand side is the bend in the sky. So I'm going to make that bend in the sky a long way to the left. So the face to path value, it will be up near 8 and 9 degrees. Well, it didn't register it. Let's go again. Let's get that face to path value nicely negative. So we've got 5 degrees. Now, the minute that face to path value becomes negative and the ball starts to bend to the left, a golfer starts to push the path more out to the right. And when you start to push the path more out to the right, what's happening is that that sweet spot is moving to the right and moving the neck of the golf club out to the golf ball. So for you, Ray, you need to start adding more loft. And once you get more loft on the backswing, you can start to move that grip more back to the left, which pulls the sweet spot more to the left and stops that ball from coming out the neck. That's the course of action, Ray. Keep at it, my friend. Baptiste, hi Stuart, wish you a great new year and everything. Thank you very much, Baptiste. Get crazy, thank you, you're super welcome. If you have not seen my latest video, I dropped yesterday, or maybe the day before, yesterday I think. I talked about a special offer I'm doing this month on Skillist is a 2-minute swing analysis of your golf swings for £9.99, about $15. That's going to give you the top 3 things that you need to go and work on in your golf game. I will share those top 3, the 3 most important things that will get you playing the best golf. Head over to my Skillist. You can find a link in that Skillist and my Skillist profile in the video description of this live, and you can hit me up. Only $9.99. Make sure you check out my WhatsApp community chat group. Again, link is in the description below. I have got a lot coming at you this year on the channel. I want you to all benefit from it and be a part of it. Website is under construction as we speak, hopefully for a launch early in February. Got a lot of great content coming. Heading off to Malaysia in February. Got a trip out there. Going to be filming some great content out in Malaysia. Off to Spain. Got a young lady that I help on the European tour. Going out to work with her for a week. Then I'm hosting my seminar in Slovakia at Royal Bays Golf Club. You can watch that on a live link. You can find that on my Shopify store. If you want to check in on that, that's going to be on the 29th of January. Keep those questions coming in. Anything you want me to answer. I'll get the broom out. I think it's broom time. Get a little bit of broom action going on. Want to make sure that lead hand there gets pressured down. This is a good one for you, Ray, if you're watching. That's what we want you doing, as opposed to this. Get that right side moving around so that we can get that grip moving back in and around you. Kazoo, hey Stuart, can you talk briefly about the hands and chest starting on the downswing? Do hands lead the parade and chest follows, all finishing together, having some sequence issues? Such a funny phrase, that I'm having sequence issues. The sequence of events is precipitated by the face being in the right orientation at the right time. If your club face is out of orientation, you will want to hold something back and move something in the opposite direction. At the top of the backswing, or should I say, let's even go beyond top of the backswing. If I was to hold this broom out in front of me and I wanted to move it, and it had no consequence whether the ball was going to go to the right or to the left, the last thing I would do is move the grip and hold my chest back, or move my chest and hold the grip back. I would quite simply move the grip, would I not? So therefore, if I move the grip together with my chest, and then when I come back to the golf ball, the face looks like this, all of a sudden I'm going to want to hold my chest back in an effort to flip and release the golf club. So sequence issues aren't sequence issues. They are symptoms of something else. What should I start first, my hands or my chest? Well, it's because your face is out of orientation at impact. Find out what's causing that problem, and that will answer your sequencing issues in your terminology. I've never asked someone to change sequence. I've asked them to activate something. I've never asked anyone to, very rarely, feel like your grip's moving faster than your chest, feel your chest is moving faster than your grip. I've never asked anyone to feel like they're using their hips more than their chest. Never. I think about the grip moving more or the foot moving more. I would never isolate pelvis or chest or anything like that. Absolute waste of time, in my opinion. Only in my opinion. Only in my opinion. Pull and leg action. How could I possibly think about holding something back and moving something quicker? No chance. No chance. So I know that if I pull the grip more forwards, I can make that path nice and straight. But of course, if I keep pulling that grip forwards and that ball keeps on going to the left, I'm not going to do it for very long, right? If I can't control and I can't stop my face to path being closed, I'm not going to pull it forwards, am I? I'm going to keep my back to the target and start working it down in here, so that when I swing it from the inside, that face to path that's closed then makes the ball draw back to the target. So what's the error? Is it the path or is it the face to path? It's the face to path. What caused the face to path? Well, down at strike, the face was closing over. What was causing the face to close over? Well, that's up to interpretation. For me, I didn't keep the palm down on my grip enough and the kink swinging. So now I do exactly the same thing. Go up to the top, I pull the grip forwards, and now when I unload it, I'm going to unload it with more shape in my lead wrist, so that when I do that, all of a sudden the face to path value is now weaker and the ball goes to the right, but the path was to the left. We're just steering the ship. Do you have enough nuance to know what to make the face to path a little bit more open, face to path a little bit more closed? It's nuanced. We're talking 1, 2, 3 degrees, and it's in a state of flux. 1 minute it'll be open, next minute it'll be closed. So to stand there and feel like you can just keep on doing 2 degrees from the inside and 2 degrees closed, live in a dream world. Because the more you see a ball drawing, the more you'll want to hit from the inside. The more you will fade the ball, the more you want to hit from the outside. It will never stay the same. So your ability as a golfer is to feel like you can have that barometer of being able to turn up the volume of the face to path or turn down the barometer of the face to path. It is not one swing that will stay there all of the time. I hope that makes sense. Stu, I notice that the sole of your irons always sits flat on the floor. You couldn't possibly see whether it sits flat on the floor when you're standing back there. Not possible. The handle lift through strike is there for all of us. And what the sole does at setup isn't the same as what it does at impact. Just on that first point before I get going on the rest of your question. When I address the ball, the toe of my irons is raised. Is that caused by my setup or club fitting? Club fitting, if your setup's right, club fitting needs adjusting. Kev T, will you be doing any clinics in the UK this year? Yes, I will be. Dates to be coming forwards. I'm going to be doing it all over the country. Stay tuned on my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and most importantly, the WhatsApp community channel. I'm going to be doing some clinics. I've got some venues lined up. Once the website's up and running, I'm going to be able to put those out there. Jeff Martinez, Hi Stu, on short shots, when it's advisable to keep pressure weight on the lead side and start out okay, but sometimes tip to the trail side during the downswing, help me keep my pressure forwards. Well, pressure forwards means more angle of attack down. Pressure forwards can also mean that you've got no ball flight. So to be able to say what's causing your backing up issue would come down to the fact that you probably haven't got enough flight on your golf shot. Work out what that is first before worrying about fixing not getting forwards enough. Again, the not getting forwards enough is a symptom of something else, Jeff. Hope that helps. Gary, Stu, hi, how are you? Gary, nice to hear from you. I've been meaning to ask you, how wasted did you get on New Year's Eve? Can't wait to watch all of this later. Have a great day. Not wasted at all. I was tucked up in bed by about 10 o'clock after having a cheeky Chinese takeaway. Oh my God. Crispy aromatic duck. Ugh. Anyway. Smevox, is face to path a conscious thing that one should be able to control? Absolutely, absolutely. I hooked the ball and I'm not 100% sure what I should be focusing on. My grip feels really good, and I've watched the grip series. What feels good and what is good could be two different things. Essentially, the more I put pressure in the grip and I extend my lead wrist, the more the face becomes open. The less my lead wrist has pressure in it, the more it will tend to want to close the face. So, and we're talking nuance. Again, we're only talking a degree or so. So to get the face to path value to be 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees open can come from adding a bit more loft, pushing down and leaving the loft there. That's one way, you know, feeling that face to path is open. I cannot have as much kink in my backswing, still got kink, but just not as much kink, should I say, which then makes the face to path more negative. It's absolutely your ability to feel like you can control the face to path value at all times. If there is one box the world over got more involved with, it's the face to path box. That is it, my friends. That is the connection between the wheels of the steering wheel of the car to the wheels on the car. The more you turn the wheel right, if the wheel's turned right, around you go. But how often have you made the ball try to go straight and it's never gone straight? If straight to you is a 8-yard fade, your steering wheel isn't lined up with your front wheels. It's like you driving down the road holding the wheel and your car's veering off to the right. You're going to start pulling it to the left, aren't you? Well, how is pulling it to the left, club path, and the wheels going to the right, club face, not the same thing? So you need to have good connection between the wheels on the car and the steering wheel. That's a good grip. Get the grip right, face the path to be under your control. That's simple. David Rice, hey David, good morning Stu. Your link for the tournaments guaranteed won't work for me, help. So if you go onto Skillist, onto my profile, if you click the purchase now button under the 2-minute swing analysis, are you saying that that doesn't work? So if you go to my profile, you should find that link on there. That should work. If it doesn't, let me know. Let me know. I've had an awful lot. I've had almost 50, in fact just over 50 now, people take up that great offer. I think it's a great offer. It's going to give you the opportunity to work on exactly what you need to work on in the early part of the year. In video, you always talk about weight of clubs. What is for you most influential? Total weight or swing weight? Feel of club head. Look, total weight is really where I'm going with it. I don't isolate whether it's the shaft or the head. It's the total weight. Thinking about how much I'm trying to be able to move this grip and this golf club around me. Sure, you might feel it more in the head. Sure, you might feel it more in the club shaft. But ultimately, we're looking to get the mass of the golf club a little bit heavier. Doris, hello Stuart. My path is often far inside from 7 to 10. The other numbers are okay. Have you a tip? I have no idea many useless attempts. So if your path is between 7 and 10 degrees from the inside, where is your golf ball finishing? Not where it's starting, where is your golf ball finishing? Tell me that and I'll be able to give you the answer. So, let's get the broom out. In fact, no, I'm not. Get the wedge out. Let me know, Doris. Where does the ball go? Where does it finish? Don't tell me anything else. I need to know where it finishes. I'm going with it finishes left. I'm going with it finishes left, but don't tell her. Some great advice today, Stu. Thanks, Doug. Appreciate that, buddy. Nice to have you with us. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. Kind comments over Christmas and all that jazz.
Let's say, for me, it's a bit of a block. Yeah, I'm afraid there's something to start with.
What did I say? She finishes left. So you don't have good numbers if you have a club path that's 7-10 degrees inside out. Let me show you what your numbers will be. So club path, second box in from the left. I'm going to aim straight and I'm going to make this club path go to the right by 7 to 10 degrees and I'm going to make the ball finish to the left. So 8 degrees from the inside. It was between 7 and 10. I think I'll give myself that. And the ball's gone to the left. So what number, everybody in the class? Welcome to Thursday's seminar on the golf swing, brought to you by Good Golf Coaching. So everybody, what does Doris need to do? Doris has got a club path from the inside at 8.4. Her ball is bending to the left. This value over here, the face to path value, is minus 12.9. Now what we're going to do is make Doris's club path exactly the same, but now we're going to stop the face to path value being negative at 12.9. So club path is now from the inside. The ball hasn't bent to the left. I'm inside out at 6.6. Face to path is 0. How long would Doris swing from the inside at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees, hitting the ball to the right? Not very long. So if Doris kept her face to path value zeroed out, it wouldn't take her too long before she starts swinging much straighter with her club path and the ball would find a target. So everybody, is the error the club path or is the error the face to path? It's not rocket science, folks. Everybody in the world over is all convinced that club path is the problem. It's not. It's never the problem. Club path is never the problem. I've never, ever worked on anyone's club path. The path is the consequence of the face to path. Sorry, I get on my soapbox a little bit now and then, but, you know, this stuff is easy. Just trying to help you make the best golf you can. Dan, hey Stu, Happy New Year. Can you talk about weight shift? I often find myself rotating before shifting on the downswing. That's because your path is trying to go to the left. Sometimes can't shift, feeling very impatient from the top. That's because your face to path value is probably open. Because anyone that is not moving into their left side and making the golf club arrive from the inside is battling a path. If I shift my weight forwards in your terminology, because I don't believe it needs to shift forwards in your downswing, it actually needs to shift backwards in your downswing. So if I move my weight forwards and I get this golf club from the inside, and move my weight forwards, and I have a face to path value that's not closed, the path came from the inside at 7 degrees and the face to path was closed at 7 degrees. I'm now going to shift that path exactly the same, but now I'm going to take away the 7 degrees of closed face to path. I'm going to shift forwards, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the face to path value open. Path is from the inside, and now the face to path is open. Exactly the same path number on that shot as it was the last, Now the ball's gone to the right. So I now keep my face to path value positive to make that ball go onto the target. Instead of shifting forwards, I'm going to shift back and pull across in an effort to now stop the ball going to the right. I swing outside and all of a sudden I cut it back onto my target. Stuff's easy. It's just understanding how we move around the ball because of the face to path. Once you recognize that, the pillar, the absolute pillar of all golf swings is face to path, you will forever be able to work your way through how we move. Measure the face to path all of the time. If you feel like it keeps on getting one way too much, you need to deal with that first before you can change anything else. So you see how I'm moving all of the time. I can't move that way if I only ever could create one face to path. I would only ever have a path from the inside. So not moving forwards is a consequence of your face to path value. Hope that helps, Dan. Let me know. I'm on one today, eh? Am I not coming at you hard and fast on a Thursday morning in January? Raining outside, warm in here, loads of good stuff coming. Hey, by the way, do me a favour. Head over to GX Golf Gloves. If you are tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, these things are trusted and tried by tour players and elite amateurs alike. They are absolutely fantastic. Use my code, Good Coaching, for 10% off your next order. Head over there. They are a great, great outfit, and they have been huge supporters of my channel. Got great golf bags, got great golf gloves, got some great ball markers as well that don't run out, unlike another well-known brand. Good bag towels too. So big thanks to GX Golf Gloves for supporting my channel. Go head over. Just signed a new 2-year deal with GX. Nice to have them on board, supporting the channel. How are you, team? Have I blown you away? Have I made you all a bit quiet after me going deep on a few topics this morning? Oh, goodness, that wasn't very good. Bit distracted. Come on, Stuart. GX gloves, the best I've had. Got my stock for the year. Good man. Did you use my code, Doug? Did you use my code? Going to get the broom out again. Going to get the broom out. Thank you, Doug. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. If you've not seen them, if you've not seen the GX, this is one of their 3 packs. Comes in a nice pack. These are their all-weather gloves. They're really, really great value. Honestly, these are great value. You even get some really cool stickers as well. And a nice waterproof pack that you can pop in your bag after you've used. I use their Cabretta leather gloves. They're the all-weather ones that I use. And that's their new golf bag as well. The one that's in the shot there. Go check them out. Really worth a shout. Can you hit some early wedges, showing how to add and reduce spin? So spin is just about loft, isn't it? And my question would be, adding spin and reducing spin, what is the benefit of that for you on a pitch shot? Purely because more is to be gained from good pitch point than good spin point. If you make really good contact, and this is the thing, you deal with some really nice delivery numbers, you'll find that spin rates really just take care of themselves. You deliver the club in the right manner, you will deliver the right spin rates. I mean, I can, hitting it harder and hitting it softer. Let me put the spin rate up. Let me put the spin rate up. So there's the spin loft. There's the spin rate. So, I've got a 50-degree wedge here. Let's just hit a couple of... Oh, that was a terrible shot. Bit clean. So that was nice. Spin loft 42 degrees, 8,000 revs. .45 degrees, 8.5. So I've now de-lofted it, which will drag the spin down. So, taking the spin loft down, which has dragged down the spin, you can do that a variety of ways. But ultimately, you're looking at producing less spin loft, which all of a sudden really starts to reduce the spin that you've got. So, reducing spin, I mean, I'm having to work awfully hard here to reduce the spin. But for me, if I can deliver the right amount of loft, the right amount of speed, with the correct contact, I'm going to just keep on delivering the same spin all of the time. Much easier to affect that spin rate by changing clubs, being able to be proficient at controlling the distance, and the spin will come down with it. So if you want to have a lower spinning shot at 60 yards, much easier to take a wedge than your 56. But you're going to have to work on two things. You either have to work on reducing the spin and increasing the spin on a wedge, or you're going to have to work on controlling your speed with different clubs. For me, it would be much easier to control the speed with different golf clubs doing the same thing than trying to change the spin rate on one club. I mean, there is just nobody in the world that is trying to alter spin with the same club. Nobody. And if they are, they're a lunatic. It's so much easier to just take different clubs and hit them at different speeds to reduce the spin rate. It's what the best players in the world do. Dan, thanks for covering weight shift, Stu. Makes a lot of sense. You are super welcome. How does weight shift change for pitch chip shots, considering the weight of the dress is different from a normal shot? Well, what do you do differently with your pitch shots than you do with normal shots? I wouldn't change it too much. Chipping is open season. Open season. Think about the only thing that we need to do, or the compromising factor in short shots, is the fact that the grip can move much too quick on a very, very slow club head. So we're used to, in a change of direction, having a much quicker grip transition from backswing to downswing. Then when you make a much shorter swing, because we're so used to being down the range, hitting a million wedge shots, used to having a quick transition with the grip, that unstable or destabilizes the club head. And when it destabilizes the club head, you have to make up the shortfall down through strike. So weight shift in chip shots and pitch shots is really just your ability to be able to deliver the club with a good angle of attack whilst producing a consistent loft for the shot you're trying to play. Rather than thinking about what does the weight shift do. If you think about it in terms of what your agenda is to hit a good pitch shot, weight shift is important, no doubt about it, but think about what your makeup is. Now, if you've got a face to path value that's too open because you can't stop turning inside yourself on the way down. You're going to be more sat back on your right side, adding too much loft and having probably drop kicks and thins. And what you're trying to do is shift weight to hit more down. Well, deal with the face to path value in your long swing, and I promise you that will start to mimic itself in your short game. Hope that helps. Doug, controlling distance is much more important than spin. 100%, Doug. Controlling spin rate is just, you know, we get so schmoozed by these sexy things. You know, best players in the world are just doing their thing. Whatever the spin rate comes out at, they'll adjust the ball for it. But the last thing that Rory's going to do is stay in the middle of the fairway from 60 yards and hit a shot that's lower spin, using the same club that he just used to create more spin. Just doesn't happen. John. Hi, Stu. Hi, John. Loved your recent video on left wrist kink. Brilliant. Channel member right there. Thank you so much for watching. Can you please show your right hand position at the top of the backswing before you start the pull? Would love to. So there is my right hand. Lifeline is down the top. There is my right hand at 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 the top. Hope that helps, John. Here for another 24 minutes. Keep those questions coming in. Got the wonderful Christos coming in later, 5 o'clock. Talking putting. Got the new cap toe tech out. Really, really excited by this. Let me show you. Absolutely killer software. If you've not tried it, not seen it. Cap toe is a little implement. It's basically TrackMan for putting, and it tracks the grip. Yes, it tracks the grip, which TrackMan doesn't do. So this piece of kit is magic. So I've got loads of videos going to be coming at you when it comes to putting. I want to get outside, get on some greens, get the iPad out, and share some of that tech with you. If you've not seen it, go over to Capto. Also, you can get 10% off of any Capto device, 10%. Good coaching is my code, but it's absolutely spectacular software. Let me just very quickly show you a little bit of info. So it's like it can show you how the face behaves during the stroke. So this is change of direction. This is top of backswing. The green line is where the face should have been pointing, and the blue line is where it was. And so down at impact, the face was in a different, it was 2.5 degrees open at impact. So really allows you to track the whole stroke. Some really, really cool data. There's a coach's version and there's a player's version, and I'm going to be detailing all of that coming very soon to the channel. But if you want to get ahead of the curve, they do a player's one, which is much cheaper, very similar, that bolts on the top of the putting shaft. Again, it's called the EZ, that one. Head over to Capto. Anything that you purchase on there, it's 10% off using the good coaching discount code. All right, what have we got in here? Carrie Cont, 1983. Happy New Year, Stu. Happy New Year to you, my friend. Driving much better after watching your last driver series, but I still rush my swing and is like my grip. Just keep pulling without break. Any advice? Yeah, so a lot of the case when it comes to driver, when you can't get that brake mechanism in there, can be often where the chest is in relation to your lower body. And so let me just bring this up here and just do a little demo here. You shift this around. So just going to get the Swiss ball up here. So the Swiss ball, I'm rolling towards the target, and I'm going to move my chest away from the target. So with the ball further forwards, and I now get my chest away from the target and my lower half forwards. As I pull, that chest being away from the target more rather than towards the target, because of where the left shoulder is in relation to the ball, I can't help but pull all the way up to the golf ball. If I change the pitch of my spine, it would now give me the opportunity to unload the shaft more. So doing the Swiss ball drill where you put it on your left hip and you make back swings and you really feel how your top half can move back behind the ball will give you more opportunity to unload the golf club down at strike. So that Swiss ball drill is a real cracker and will help you with that driver issue of pulling too long. The other way of doing it is using the drill where I put let me just line that back up for you all folks. The other drill, if you haven't seen it, one of my early videos actually, and I must remake it actually, where I got one of my wife's hairbands and tied it around my leg and made some swings and just got the feeling of the nuance of how the golf club needs to unload in relation to that cane there. It's a really good drill, that one. So go check that out. Hopefully that'll give you some insight into fixing that swing moment. Mr. Baker, how are you? Hello from Utah. Hello, my friends. What's the latest on the online course? Can't wait. Well, it's being filmed as we speak. The online course is going to be ready to go on the 1st of February. Are you a member of my, well, not a member, don't have to pay for it or anything, but are you on my WhatsApp community chat? Loads of info coming out over there, so do tune in over there. An Asian handle said hello to you. John, have you thought about or planned to make a video on reading greens? This is a true art. Yeah, but it's not going to be thrilling, is it? On reading greens. Reading greens as a video would be pretty boring. But I mean, it's an interesting topic, isn't it, for sure? But from my experience, doing putting content, chipping content, bunker content is not what people are interested in. Yes, it's what people will use to get their scores down, but unfortunately, who wants to watch a video on someone putting and reading greens? But I will do it at some point. That cap toe looks pretty neat. Any other training aids you would recommend? Thoughts on things like hack motion? I think the hack motion device is useful. I'm just not a fan on what they believe is the right answer, and that's bowing the wrist, which is their answer to stopping you from slicing. I just don't believe that. If you've watched enough of my content on my channel, it's a good training device. If you want good training aids, just take a look at my hotbed of training aids here. Let me just move this down here. So I've got my leaderboard here, which is a sliding skate, which comes all the way from Australia. A guy called Steve Bann used to work with Stuart Appleby, Jeff Ogilvie, Adam Scott, all of those guys. Really great training aid. I've got my weighted bag here, really fires up your leg action. It's a great bit of kit. These wedges, again, you can get those on my store. These wedges are fantastic for a variety of things, for using pressures through your feet, etc. Therabands as well. And of course, do not ever forget the old broom. If there is one training aid that beats them all, it's the broom. When you recognize how the levers work and how it lines the face up. So those would be my top picks when it comes to training aids. I just don't think that you need to be spending a fortune on training aids. A lot of these training aids really push you into trying to fix positions rather than create motion for me. But anyway, that's just me. If you've liked the feed, I've got some new software coming that I'm going to be using that's going to allow me to show videos of golfers that I'm helping, skilless clients, that kind of thing, that I'm going to be able to drop into these lives going forwards. And all being well, I'm going to be able to get you guys to jump on a live with me as well and ask you questions, all being well. Stu, do you ever use the plumb bob method when putting? No, not for me, Gary, but it's still used widely and it has its application, but not for me. Dom, hi Stuart, hi Dom, nice to hear from you. I know you've covered it in your vids, but would you mind explaining a bit more about how your right arm feels at the top? Does your right elbow point to the floor or more behind you? So the best way to feel how your right arm should work in a backswing, I was just doing a bit of work on that before we came on air. Lifting the golf club up in front of you, and of course lifting the golf club up in front of you is all about force down here, pull force up here. There's the set of the golf club. Now I lift the club up and now I rotate the forearm, and it's that rotation of the forearm. Can you see how my trail arm kicks back at me? And as I go into my backswing, all of a sudden that right arm is more submissive. Push down, lift the club head up, lay the shaft to the right. Now make my backswing. There's the position of the right arm. It's really not difficult. But of course, if you've got a myriad of golfers that have a right hand underneath, too much on top, it will change the way that right forearm works. Then you think about the left hand grip. Depending on how much forearm rotation, depending on the positioning of the right hand, that forearm rotation, which will affect your right arm track and how it positions at the top, will affect the club face orientation. So just the right arm on its own is an important asset, but if it's not linked with the good grip, it becomes very difficult. And that's why I built my whole channel on how to grip the golf club. If you can get the grip right, which is really easy, and I was teaching a lady today that had, a grip that was palm up with their left hand and a grip that was palm up with their right hand. I was going to show you it, but I can't. I'll do it next time. Her grip was like this, so the club wanted to fall out the top of her grip. I explained why we want to grip it the way we do to put pressure on the grip at the start. All of a sudden, she left, I promise you, with a grip exactly like this. And she was hitting it really nicely, more attack angle, good draw. Once you start to really build a good grip and then a swing around that good grip, it's crucial. There's certain things that it becomes so difficult to navigate if the face is out of orientation because of the hold, and then you try and put good movement patterns on top of a bad hold that then compromise the face orientation that good movement doesn't allow you to do. It has to start with putting the hands on the club in the right manner for me. Jeff Martinez, Stu, when coaching a new player, at what point do you introduce them to the broom? Good question. That's a really good question. I introduce it when I believe their awareness of where the face is pointing due to the track of their head is being lost. I can say that I'll be honest with you, the broom probably comes out 50% of the time. The reason why it doesn't come out a lot more is because A, it's quite heavy, and if certain things aren't in place, people just won't get it, and they just won't be able to use the broom. So it's a really good question, that. It's a really good question. So, yeah, I don't have as many as you probably think I would, but it's a really, really key tool, really key tool. If I could give one training aid to the world, it'd be the broom. Yeah, 100%, 100%. All right, got another 10 minutes before we're gonna head off. We'll do a little bit of research, a little bit of planning before I see Christos at 5 o'clock. Then it's dog agility tonight, young Barnabas, dog agility. Thursday nights are dog agility nights. Lovely, look at that, eh? Isn't it a great game? Eh? Isn't it a great game? Free Willy. I love that handle. I love that handle. Dear Stu, dear Free Willy. Greetings from Hamburg. Please can you show the perfect placement of the fingers, knuckles for the right hand? Best wishes. Of course I can. It would be my great pleasure. I think it's, yeah, I thought it's Frank, yeah. Let me just take that spin loft and spin rate nonsense away. So, think about it like this. There's the left hand, kink. There's the right hand, kink. That's where the right hand sits on. Close your fingers on. Close your fingers on. Press up. Hands to the side. Press up. You probably won't be able to get that much external rotation. Turn it in at about, that's 90, about 70 degrees. Hands over. Lifeline down the top of the lead thumb. Close your fingers on. Hand down the top. Down the top. Most golfers want to go right the way under here. Get locked in. Look what it does to the right hand. Look what it does to the right arm. How on earth would you make anything other than that happen at the top of your backswing? Ring any bells? Crease down the top. On the fingers, interlock. Look at how little interlock is here. Not right the way in here. Little interlock. Palm on top. Palm on top. Pressure. Pressure. Palm on top. Yeah? Hope that helps, Frank. Hope that helps. Great question. Great questions today. I've got on the soapbox a little bit, got to tell you. Sorry about that. Get a little bit amped up. First live of the year. First live of the year. Don't forget, head over to Skillist. Get that $9.99 2-minute analysis of your golf swing. It will give you the top 3 things to work on this year or this early part of the year. Only going to run it in January. I just want to give those people that are really, really keen on improving their golf the chance for me to have a little look at their swing and to send them down the road on what to focus on, because I hear so many people, yeah, Stuart, I got the grip right. So many people haven't. If you haven't got the grip right, it's so difficult. So do head over to Skillist and go check that out. Mushy, I'm not even going to, Mushy Flaps 6365. Now that's a handle. Had my left big toe amputated, right-handed golfer. How would I transition in the downswing? It's a good question. It's a good question. Look, I mean, I can't substitute you for a left big toe. How much you can use the pad of your left foot is going to be up to how much that big left toe has been amputated. So I can't give you a definitive answer on that one. But the fact that your handle is mushy flaps feels like that could be a wind-up. Gary Satterfield, I'm so happy you finally got on board with how important the grip is. Gary, you've been telling me it for years. Finally, I understood. B and 1976. Well, I was born in 1976. Great year. Happy New Year, Stu. Thank you so much. Can you explain floating club head during transition and how to maximize club head speed at impact? Floating club head, well, that's a term that's very, very trendy. And really all it is a fact that you're waiting for the golf club to transition over, which makes the club feel super light. And then when you load the club, you want to down cock. Feel like that club loads as you pull it, and the lighter you grip, the more you pull it, the more you'll feel how that golf club will load in the downswing. Hope that helps. Free Willy, thank you, Stuart. You are super welcome. Ha ha ha, Mr. Baker. Was that a comment I made to you, or was it about old mushy flaps? Deary me. That's got to be a golf pro, isn't it? Doesn't like my content. Ask me about that. Not going to please everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Instagram, TikTok, got a Facebook page as well. Good golf coaching. Go check that out. WhatsApp community channel as well, just read only. It's all the news and views coming from me. Start doing more of a weekly tips in the channel that gets you starting your weekend right. A couple of things to think about. Just trying to get a little bit more forearm rotation at the top. It's not easy. Come on, Stu. Let's have some zeros. Have some zeros? Okay, all right. All right. All right, let's get some zeros. There's one. Doug, 0, 0, 0. Is that good enough for you? Hey, he who asks, Doug, he who asks doth get. See if I can get another 3 zeros. Just for you, Doug. No, that's left. That's terrible. Might have a 0 on it. There's 1. Should have left it on the 0, 0, 0, shouldn't I? That's not the way we roll here though, Doug, is it? Oh, there you go. That might be close. Zeroed in, Stu, baby. Well, hope you've enjoyed the first live of the year. Video coming out tomorrow. One coming out on Sunday, all about the left shoulder, but if you were over on my WhatsApp community channel, you would have heard about that. That's going to be up and uploaded a little bit later on, so you'll have that to watch before Sunday. Thank you so much for all being part of this cracking live. Really, really appreciate it. Really enjoyed it. And maybe I'll tune in over the weekend for a cheeky weekend live. Maybe sit on the sofa and chew the card and answer all your questions. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. And that, my friends, it's good coaching.